There's really nothing quite like having a beautiful home garden, right? And seeing our pets enjoying that space with us. I mean, a cat curled up under the warm grow lights, or your dog giving a fresh leaf a little sniff. It's just one of those perfect, cozy home moments. But what if that adorable picture isn't quite as harmless as it looks? It's pretty obvious your pet loves your garden, but we have to ask the question, is that feeling really mutual? So let's take a closer look at that delicate and sometimes surprisingly risky relationship between our furry friends and our fresh food. I mean, it's really no surprise that our pets are completely fascinated by our hydroponic setups. If you think about it from a cat's perspective, what's not to love? You've got warmth, you've got bright lights, and hey, a garden tower is basically a jungle gym. It all seems like perfectly innocent fun. But here's the thing, that seemingly harmless play can bring some pretty serious and totally invisible dangers right into the food that you and your family are about to eat. And this goes way beyond them just nibbling a leaf. The biggest risks are the ones we can't even see. All right, so let's pull back the curtain and talk about that invisible world of contamination. Because this right here is where the real threat to your food is hiding. And honestly, just understanding how it all works is the most important step in keeping both your pets and your produce safe. Okay, so first, we need to get familiar with this term, food contact surface. It sounds technical, but it's super simple. It's any part of your system that your food actually touches. So we're talking about the pods, the lids your cat might walk across, the troughs they might brush up against, and, of course, the plants themselves. Every single one is a potential hotspot for contamination. So how exactly do these nasty contaminants travel from your pet to your plate? Well, it mainly happens in three ways. First, you've got microscopic pathogens from feces that can get carried on their fur, their paws, or even in their saliva. Second, there's direct surface contact. Think of a paw print on a lid or a tail brushing against a leaf. And third, and this one is crucial for hydroponics, once a pathogen is in the system, that circulating water can spread it to every single plant. Let's zero in on cats for a second, since they tend to be the most curious. And get this, your cat doesn't even need to use your garden as a litter box to cause a problem. As you can see here, something like salmonella can be carried right in their saliva, so even a playful little chew on a leaf can be a contamination event. And things like toxoplasma or roundworm eggs, they can be transferred just from their paws walking across the top of the system. And hey, this isn't just about cats. Dogs can lick leaves or shake off dander and saliva near the system. Even smaller pets like rodents or birds can introduce their own set of risks. And reptiles, wow, they're well-known carriers of salmonella, so it is absolutely critical to keep them far, far away. The bottom line is this: no matter the pet, any animal activity near your system is a potential threat to your food. Now you might be thinking, well, animals are around outdoor gardens all the time, what's the big deal? And you're right, they are. But indoor hydroponic systems are vulnerable in a way that outdoor gardens just aren't. Outside, you've got the sun's UV rays, which act like a natural disinfectant, killing off a lot of microbes. We don't have that indoors. But even more important is this: in a garden, contamination is usually stuck in one spot. In a hydroponic system, that shared water supply means one tiny contamination event can infect your entire crop almost instantly. Okay, so we've covered the invisible world of germs, but our pets can also cause some very real, very physical problems for the system itself. Yup, it's more than just germs. All that pet hair and dander can clog up your pumps and filters, which really puts a strain on the system. A curious puppy might decide a power cord looks like a great chew toy, and that's a huge hazard. Or a bigger dog or a climbing cat could knock the whole thing right over, leading to leaks, messes, and broken parts. And all of that adds up to damaged plants and a much smaller harvest for you. Now, I know this all sounds a little bit scary, but please don't worry. The goal here isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. The good news is there are really simple, really effective ways to create a safe zone that protects both your pets and your amazing homegrown food. In fact, here's a super straightforward 4-step plan you can follow. It's all about establishing barriers, securing your equipment, practicing good sanitation, and just inspecting your system on a regular basis. Think of it as a simple little safety checklist for your garden. So what does this look like in real life? Well, it's actually pretty easy. The absolute best solution is a physical barrier, like a simple baby gate, or even just putting your system in a room where pets aren't allowed. Elevating the system can help a lot too. And always, always keep those reservoir lids fully closed and latched, and make sure every cord is tucked safely out of the way. These small things make a massive difference. At the end of the day, putting these strategies in place isn't about being overly restrictive. It's really about stepping into your role as a responsible grower and taking care of your food source. And this quote right here, it just says it all perfectly. This isn't about being paranoid or overly cautious. It's just about protecting your food supply. Plain and simple. And let's not forget the most important part, eating what we grow. Most of the delicious things we grow in these systems, like lettuce, herbs, and strawberries, we eat them raw. That means there's no cooking step to kill off any of those potential pathogens. And that, right there, raises the stakes and makes prevention absolutely essential for the health of your family. We love our gardens, and we absolutely adore our pets. But to enjoy both of them safely, we really need to see our home garden for what it is, a source of food. So that just leaves one last question for you to think about. Is your garden protected, like one?